everybody here? All right, cool. All right, we're gonna walk inside. Now, this is very museum setting. We're gonna be very respectful. I'm gonna let them do a lot of the talking. If there's a point to where I can start asking questions or get answers from those questions, I will start asking. But just keep in mind that this is a very nice place and that they're gonna be doing a lot of the talking. So yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna ring the bell. Hello.
Welcome.
Okay.
All right, are we ready?
We are ready.
Hey, Gallery 1 consists of the Timeline Gallery, which is really nice. You start here at the first cabinet, it's 1896. The little plaques in each cabinet tell you what they were producing at that point. So you're looking at 1896 to 1899 at this point. So there's a lot of heavy pressed glass, a little bit of emerald in color, custard, and Vaseline.
Yeah, that piece up there is gorgeous.
Yeah, the piece up there.
Very nice.
Next cabinet you go over again, you're looking at 1896 to 1899. Yeah, you don't want to forget the bottom because you also get the ruby flashing that they were doing.
Right.
So that's really nice.
Can we talk about this pattern over here? I love this.
That's an emerald, of course, and that's called pointed oval and diamond. So you see all the different points of it.
That's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
I
And
love
down
that.
below is a nice piece that people love called Locket on Chain. And those are really nice if you see them out. Never seen a stunning set like that. Usually you find them in crystal.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool.
And now, the vases that are produced in this time, what were the techniques used on these vases?
Usually pulling the hot glass.
Okay.
So you get the look of them. You see a lot of the pieces that are pressed, of course. You know, you're looking at all these come out of a mold.
Yes.
And then you get into later, you're going to find when they started doing the stem would be molded and then the bowl would be blown. And we'll get more into that.
This is Vaseline as well?
That is Vaseline.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. When you turn the corner, you see they started to go into opal.
Oh, yeah. And people love opal.
People love it. A lot of companies were doing it. We did it for a short period of time. So when you find it, it's something that people really like.
Winded scroll toilet set, Ivorina Verde. Man, that's nice.
Something for everyone. You think about it. Things were stored in glass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they made horseradish jars. You know, we take it for granted what people have now. This was how you stored glass. It was highly functional. It was considered elegant glass of its time. Now, there were 3 Mr. Heiseys that ran the factory. Starting with the first one, he didn't like much color.
Okay.
So as you continue down the wall here, you start seeing, and you're still going into 1900 to 1909, still with pressed glass. And I talk about like lavender jars and horseradish you'll see on the bottom.
Oh, and just so I can clarify, I am at Heisey Glass Museum in Newark, Ohio. So this is all Heisey Glass. And right now she's talking about the 3 different makers or owners.
Yeah, the owners.
3 different owners and how the first one preferred clear glass, didn't like a lot of colors. So that's where we're at right now. So that catches everybody up. And back to you. I'm sorry.
There we go. No, you're fine. As you go on down, you see how they were going. It still was a lot of crystal.
Now this piece. So this is custard. Now, is that going to be UV reactive like the Vaseline as well?
Yes, you can put, I don't know what the requirement, I see the black lights that are listed. We have a lot of people come in with handheld black lights.
Sure.
Yes, they will react.
Yeah. And I was wondering, what is the actual compound that would be in that?
We have formula books. We have 5 formula books along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even talk to me. You should talk to my son, who's a chemist, to explain all of that.
Okay, cool.
But yes, this was top of the line glass being produced. And it's still, a lot of it still holds its value. Glass prices have went down in the last, 12 years, but there are people that are very passionate about collecting this.
Absolutely.
And keeping it going. So again, you see that they did a little bit of everything. Ice cream trays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is a cool thing. Butter dishes, just anything that was functional.
That butter dish is awesome.
It's a great pattern here, Greek key. A lot of people love to collect this. It's a great pattern.
Yeah.
Easy to recognize if you're out collecting.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because I have seen this pattern before and wondered. And I don't, it may have been something where I just didn't pick it up to look underneath or, look for a hallmark. Is there hallmarks on this?
Not on everything.
See
so you're looking at about 85% of everything that is marked with a diamond H on the bottom. Not always on the bottom. We could play the Where's Waldo thing, and if I could find one, I'd show you in the shop. But a lot of times you have to really feel for it. And like if it's a stem, a champagne or a wine, you pick it up, and it's usually where your fingers go. So their marketing department was spot on and making you remember where's the maker's mark.
That's smart.
And a lot of times it's hard to identify a piece because it's not marked. It was spire polished so finely that the maker's mark was off of it. So you keep going and you see all beautiful patterns here. Isn't it stunning?
Is so good. I've never seen that piece or that pattern, and in that color, it's just awesome.
Down below, you see between 1900 and 1909, they tried to get into bakeware. So this is symbolic of some of the bakeware that they were trying to get into.
Very cool. I like the handles on that piece.
Is very nice.
Kind of winged or
These are really
flared.
Sought after. One of the things I think we're known for is candlesticks, and you see a beautiful array. You also see them up in gallery 2 also, which is really cool. So you see the different design. You see your classic candlesticks that you see in movies or maybe you grew up with, but you'll also start seeing up there on the upper left, there's a box design.
Yeah.
That's a very unusual piece. Quite beautiful.
I do like that.
So when we talked about Mr. Heisey, AH, first one, did not care for a lot of color. You go in here and what do you see? The explosion of color starts. And you're really going to come into this color and see how beautiful it is. There was marigold and moon gleam and hawthorn, amber, which on the top you get the amber. It's quite gorgeous.
Yeah, that base is great. Yeah, that's awesome.
It is gorgeous.
And is there any kind of way to know how many pieces were produced?
No, not really.
I mean, because it was production, it was made to be used. It was
production. It's amazing because we do have books on, like, let's say the pattern lariat, and we know those pieces were produced, but there might have been some whimsies out there where somebody was playing around on the line.
I like that.
And they decided to do something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of difference that goes on.
I love that.
Hawthorn at the top is it's got like a burnt purple to it.
That's awesome.
Gorgeous piece.
That color is so good. Hawthorn, people.
Moon gleam down below is gorgeous because you can see they did various shades of green, but they are all completely different. And highly collectible color. Stands the test of time, and you can put it on a table now and it still looks contemporary.
Look at that moon gleam. The green supreme. Oh, look, that with the acorn back there, that stem.
The charter oak. Yeah.
Those are really nice.
Down below, you've got flamingo, which is an easy pattern to recognize, but a lot of people get it confused with depression glass.
Okay.
We are not considered depression glass. We were considered elegant glass. We were sold in high-end department stores, jewelry stores, all across the United States.
Good to know. I love that knowledge, and I love that optic tooth soda flamingo.
Yeah, look at the optic in there.
Yeah, so the optic on that is like a diamond quilt, and then at the bottom there is some
like a sawtooth design.
A sawtooth, higher concentration of glass, so it gives it this optic that is just really cool. Look at that.
Flamingo was a color that could almost, the one on the left, which is the jug back there, the water bottle, and it fired a little bit like a dirty color.
Okay.
So every once in a while, flamingo comes out a little bit different.
A little bit more orange?
Or just a smokier color.
Smokier, okay.
So when you buy something, you have to figure out, do I want it to be really pink or do I like it to be dark?
And what? Oh, confection, duplex confection. So is that like a banana split kind of dish, or?
No, I'll show you a banana split dish. We actually shoot, let me see if I've got one. Oh, banana split, Greek key. There you go.
Cool. That is about as specific as it gets for a dish.
Is. I'm going to be right back.
Sure. Sure.
Do one thing.
We are at Heisey Glass Museum right now in Newark, Ohio. And this is awesome, man. She's got all the knowledge. Like, if you ever questioned anything about anything Heisey, this is the place to figure it out.
So we're back to the top cabinet, and you see more hawthorn.
Is that a kingfisher?
That is a kingfisher.
Oh. Whoa. That thing is awesome.
One of the things Heisey did with their marketing, which is beautiful, this plate here in the center has a square in it, is done for Kraft cream cheese. So they marketed this one dish, and it fits a block of cream cheese.
That's cool.
Yes. They also partnered with Domino Sugar
and
White Owl Cigar.
All right.
So you can buy some ashtrays there from White Owl. The Domino Sugar is crazy because I love them. They're just something about it.
All right.
The cubes of sugar, and they're just kind of a cool piece.
Nice.
And again, we've got flamingo on the bottom, which is a really vivid, just a beautiful look. All right, if we go over to the next cabinet, again, you're going to see how on the top, how the moon flame can fire almost an emerald color.
Yeah.
So you can see how dark that is. Second shelf gives you an idea of the two-tone. So they would do, over to the left, you see the stem. So that is a pressed stem and moon flame, and then it has a blown bowl on it.
I've seen these once in a collection, and it's in right outside of Indianapolis, and they have an excellent display, and they're actually who I bought the Heisey tigers from.
Okay.
And it's the first time I saw the two-tone, and they have like a few of them, and I think it might actually be the reason why I looked you guys up to see where you were at.
Well, it's quite stunning. I mean, take a look at these.
Yeah, this is, look at that, like, transition from green to orange there, and then it's not. Is that orange? It's flamingo? So it's it's moon gleam foot to flamingo bowl.
But it's the way it reflects off the green. So that's what you're getting there.
Look at that. And then this is like a green to pink as well. Is that right? Or no, this is the hawthorn. Yeah, so that's
that goes up to the hawthorn.
Oh man, those are so good.
Down below you see marigold. Marigold was a very hard color to produce because it would craze, it would crackle.
Oh.
So when you find it clear like this, that's really unusual because most of the time it would crack on you. It's a beautiful look. I mean, it looks like it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not. It's how it came through.
Is that a chemical thing or a temperature? Okay.
It's just something that happened.
Well, cadmium in paint is typically stiff and sticky, so I imagine that kind of translates over to glass a little bit.
To me, Heisey just screams candlesticks. So you see the nice prisms hanging off these candlesticks.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Between 30 and 39 on the second shelf, you see alexandrite. Alexandrite is the only color that changes color.
Yes. There it is, guys. Heisey did alexandrite, and it's gorgeous.
It goes from blue to purple.
That's awesome.
And on a sunny day, it's really nice to take a piece inside, outside, inside,
sure.
outside to do that. So it's a fun thing.
Look at that base, guys. Look at the feet on it. Oh, there it is. So I just sold a piece of Heisey. Well, are those feet
those are dolphin feet.
Are they indicative of Heisey, or does anybody else do them?
I don't know if anybody else did them, but we love to do them.
I love them.
And sometimes on the back of one of the feet, you will find a diamond H. I'm not lucky enough. The dolphins that I have, they're not marked. So I,
Really? So it's like
feeling for things.
It's kind of a rarity to find an H on the back of a
Yeah,
dolphin foot.
some people are very purist. They want everything to be marked. And I've seen things that aren't. For example, this tray down here, this 4-part octagon tray, it is marked under one handle.
Okay.
But I've also picked some up that weren't, which scares me to think maybe it wasn't ours. Or maybe it was just polished that finely.
Sure.
So, but again, you have to play with glass and find out where the mark is.
Yeah. I like that little ashtray right there too. Kind of like an hourglass shape.
They were big about ashtrays. So you'll get to see those upstairs. We move into the next part where you get some really stunning color.
Ooh, yeah.
You've got tangerine, which fires under different thickness of glass. You get a different look. It either goes orange or it does come out red.
That bowl is crazy.
That's stunning.
That is so crazy.
Below you see cobalt.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful decanter. Gorgeous.
Something else Heisey was known for is barware. Barware was done by different companies. I think we did it really well.
Wow.
And then you see the beautiful etches on them too.
Yeah.
You got the mermaid etch, things that we're known for. Nimrod etch, the sailing. They were big into outdoors things. So you see the influence of fishing and golfing and hunting. So you see all of that. They were into horses because they were showing horses. They had a farm right behind the factory. So that was something else that they would go riding. They did showing of horses. So you'll see lots of horse etches. This is an amazing display that you get to see every etch that they were doing. Sportsman etches, skiing. Just a little bit of, there was one of the town scene. There's one called Tally Ho.
And where were these engraved?
They were all done at the factory.
All done at the factory.
All of us.
Wow. Everything I've seen, some of these patterns up top are just so good.
Oh, they're absolutely stunning.
I mean, it's like
nothing like it.
As much as I love color, as you can see what I have on, I am highly drawn to these illustrations and etchings. They are so well done, so stylish, like timeless.
They also did ball vases. Hard to believe that some of those, of course, didn't survive because you see the size. You're going to pick them up, and they were used for flowers. Oh my God. And they were absolutely stunning.
You're not going to be able to tell the scope. It's a 12-inch ball that is just, it's so large around. These are enormous and they're so cool, guys. And this plate down here with the cobalt and...
Well, that was considered, they called that navy.
Navy, okay.
They called it navy. Now, I don't know. To me, it looks like cobalt. Nobody's ever explained navy to me. One of the things, going back to a ball vase, we have different panels on ours. Lots of people did ball vases.
Okay.
But you have to count the panels to find out if it's us. And I think it's 12 panels.
Okay.
So, but lots of companies did them, and lots of people tried to do what we were doing, which is great because that's what it was all about.
Ooh, and there's all kinds of different colors too that were offered.
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. You'll find them in Alexandrite also.
Which
is really nice.
Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff here, guys.
Lots of Art Deco influence.
Yeah.
See if you're really into that. So you see we're still probably in the 1930 to 39 category here.
Okay.
But you see this beautiful design down here where you would have to, buy all those pieces and put it together and use it on your table.
And I think I have seen these. Not often, but I think I have come across them. And probably not the full set.
Probably not. Outstanding ball vase here in tangerine. Supposedly, I think, does it tell you on there that there were either 2 or 3 of those made in tangerine?
Oh, wow.
And you see how it fired because of the thickness of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And of course, the big one with your Alexandrite that changes color.
Wow. And then,
so it is cool when you flip on the lights in the morning, so it'll go blue to purple.
These are gorgeous.
They are. And they're out there. They're easy to find on, if you're looking for something, go to auctions, go online. We do 2 auctions a year. Easy enough to find things like this if you're interested. Next color that's quite stunning is zircon.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
Zircon. I don't think I've ever seen this color.
It's a nice collectible color. Holds its value.
And that Saturn mustard dish or jar is so cool.
Yeah, the rings of Saturn on it.
Wow. Look at the little paddle it's got in there to divvy out the mustard. That is really cool.
Right below, you've got Stanhope. It's highly collectible. Also, it has the little plastic knobs in it. They have them in black and blue and vanilla colored and red. You can find them with the knobs or without. People love them either way.
That's so unique. I've never seen that.
It's very different. There are 2 companies, I think, that still produce the little plastic that will go in them. But, you know, of course, we all want the ones that are original like this in the cabinet.
Yes. There's a blue one over there. I've never seen that. And there's probably good reason why. Like if somebody who's a collector sees them out, they snatch them up.
One thing about Gallery 1 is this is just a sample. When you get to the King House, you're going to see so much more.
Okay.
And then you just keep rolling along. You see just examples of different patterns. Things like over on the left, you see where they were doing orchid. Orchid was a pattern that sustained them for many years because brides usually bought orchid or rose as their pattern when they were getting married. It wasn't unusual for people, especially in this area, to have wedding showers, and they wanted nothing but Heisey.
That's interesting. Very cool. Ooh, I like those little, what are those called? Impromptu old fashioned, impromptu sherbet. So impromptu is the style?
That is the name of the pattern.
That's cool. Very neat.
My favorite cabinet, the animals. So any animal that Heisey produced is right here.
Here we go, guys. Animals. There's all kinds of animals.
Big influence of the horses. So you got lots of horses there thanks to T. Clarence Heisey. He was huge into that.
Lots of horses. And we've got some chickens and roosters and bulls. Oh, look at those little tiny. Is that little bulls? Are those pigs?
Pigs. Yeah, those are our little piglets.
There's a little piglet sitting, and then there's 3 walking. And then there's that really cool bull. Got some fish.
Over here, you've got the Madonnas that they did. And of course, at the top, you've got the Flying Mare. That one's in amber. We also have it in crystal. Now, you can find those in our reproduction room where they're in many different colors. But the biggest ones you want, or if you're going to collect, get the original amber and the original crystal.
Okay.
So that's kind of a nice thing. And we have our Madonnas. And then there's, again, lots of birds and horses again.
Yeah, these are really cool, guys. And I know that a lot of you guys collect animals and stuff. So if you are, maybe you see something that you've had in the past or you have something in your collection you weren't sure about, maybe we'll get you some clarification today. And so we got some elephants and we got some more birds, but then we've got the tiger paperweight. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've got quite a few of these, and I've been told we might be able to see a couple more at some point. You have more on site?
I do have the reproductions.
Cool. So we'll be able to see if they have some here that I have, and then in the future I'm going to send in pictures and get mine appraised and stuff like that. But that's a future date, so we'll see what happens. Is this a deer? A gazelle? Okay.
That's the gazelle, yeah.
I've seen that in Rosaline.
Reproduction.
Okay, for Fenton,
Anything
yeah.
you see original is going to be this.
Mhm.
So it's either in crystal, a little bit of amber, a little bit in cobalt. So you come over here, you get to see at the top is the crystal flying mare. Second shelf has our standing colts, and they were done in cobalt, crystal, frost, and amber. And then the famous one to everybody who it kind of screams Heisey would be the plug horse, which they called him Oscar. He was named after the salesman, or he call him Sparky.
I have this in a like a purplish color that's
Okay.
satin finished.
Yeah.
I love the character on it, the smile, and
Yeah.
it's so fun.
Yeah, they did a lot of animals. They're still quite popular. There's a lot of people that only collect the animals.
That little donkey's so good. Hey, thank you guys. Everybody's enjoying themselves.
Good.
Everybody loves the information you're putting out, and
Thanks.
it's awesome. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome.
So a girl head stopper, that's unique. Is what decanter was that made for?
Any of them.
Any of them.
Yeah,
Universal.
Yeah, because up here you've got the horse head. You
Ah,
can put them on any cocktail shaker.
very neat.
So it's good marketing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over here because these are unusual. These are punch bowls that are pumpkins.
Oh, festive.
Yeah, and what's below it is an experimental blue plate.
Ooh.
Mr. Heisey, if you found somebody else doing a color that was something he came up with and somebody else was doing it, he said, no, we're not doing that. So the color that he ever did had to be completely different.
Yeah, no, I love that actually. I can relate to that.
Yeah, let's go this direction. You get to see a sample of different patterns. This one's lariat. Again, the influence of the horse.
Yep.
I think a really cool one that I like is the zodiac down here.
Oh yeah.
So take a look at that.
Oh, very cool.
So if you're lucky enough to get a plate, you've got all 12 signs. If you do the cream or sugar, you've got 6 on one and 6 on the other.
Okay. Are these candlesticks?
Yes, they are.
Oh, those are great. Candle blocks.
Candle blocks.
Those are great. I love how chunky they are.
Oh yeah.
Substantial, you know?
They are. And then we have some really old patterns that still people are highly collectible about these. They're just beautiful, which is wampum.
They're great.
Yeah.
Wampum. I love that.
They did a little bit of everything. You see up here the military cap.
Oh.
That they did.
Yeah. Military cap ashtray.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Also, let's see, there's the Victory. Let me see back here, this little glass, the Alibi cocktail is a Victory etch.
Oh, look at that.
West Point commissioned them to do things for them. So there was a little bit of everything that was going on. Again.
Now, are there multiple books on Heisey and identification and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah. Plantation. So you got the Southern style, the pineapple. It's a great thing to collect.
Yeah.
Either plain or it came with IV etch, which is up here that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Isn't that cool?
Marmalade set.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, and look at that vase. Wow. Wow, look at that vase, guys. It's got the pineapple Maria on the bottom. And then it's got like a cool Saturn ring around the very base of the neck. Now, is that considered pulled, or would that have been more?
That would have been pulled.
Okay.
Because the base of it would have been a mold.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not considered swung.
No.
Okay, so
They just
pulled,
knew
not.
how to do. You'll get an example of swung bases.
Okay.
Up here, I want you to really shoot this. This is what really screams Heisey to me. When I first started noticing what Heisey was, growing up in Licking County, we knew what it was, but these are just spectacular, elegant.
Yeah.
Style.
I can imagine it being illuminated and just casting light through those prisms, and
it's amazing.
That's awesome.
We'll go around the front here. Let's see, what do we have here? This is rose, I believe.
Okay.
So that was the other etch I was telling you about that brides picked.
Right. And the other one was orchid, correct?
Mm-hmm. They had order forms for every type of glass that you could do. So if you went in and you were interested in something, you filled out like a little trifold, and it was just a form, and you just ordered what you wanted.
Neat. Oh, and there's those dolphin feet again.
The dolphin feet.
Yeah, I just sold
They also did a seahorse feet on some things too. It's really unusual, so watch out for those.
I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for those. I think the little dish, it was a trinket box, a lidded trinket box, and it had the 4 feet. But I didn't know at that point to look for the diamond. So I'm gonna have to figure out who I sold that to and have them look. Look at that seahorse. That is cool.
That's stunning.
Now, how again was this a production line for the seahorse?
Well,
and so they're out there, guys.
They're out there, but we have no idea how many was produced. Just their bookkeeping just wasn't that good.
I mean, there's just so much detail on that, and look how fine the work is on the bottom, guys. It's so clean and it's so thin, and you can tell just the proportions that it's just going to stand so well. I love that glass. I love it. Oh, and that little. Okay, so what's the technique on that stem? On this little American cocktail.
Pan-American?
Yep.
These are hard to find. Pan American's different, and of course that would have been a pressed. So that would have been in a mold, and then the bowl was attached. It was blown and then attached.
Okay, yeah, because that stem is just so unique looking.
Yes, those are really hard to find.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Is it some kind of air twist, or
just a little bit of abstract?
Huh. That is so unique. I've never seen a stem with that kind of figure. Cool.
You come into Verve. Verve was something that was a French company. They partnered a lot of times with Holophane. Holophane glass was right across the street. So if you drive down Oakwood Avenue, you see Holophane was on the left, Holophane was on the right, and Heisey was on the left. And sometimes they partnered up with things. Verve is something sometimes they did.
Okay.
If their furnaces were down, they needed a furnace, and in order not to stop production, they would go over to Holophane and use theirs.
That's
a good relationship.
Oh my goodness. Look at that Cecilia vase and Sultana. Look at the optic on that. It's not doing it justice on this camera. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but the optic on it is incredible. The light that would be cast, or the patterns that would be cast through this glass, is just, and if, let's just say, I'm hoping I find one of those. I doubt it'll ever happen.
It's out there.
But I want one of those really badly. And then I don't know if you guys are able to tell on this Verve, the contrast. It's like this polished satin. It's like a almost like a velvet look to it.
That's how it feels.
Yeah,
it has a great feel to it.
And I think one of the Green Panthers I have has this similar finish.
Okay.
And it's different from all the finishes, but it looks very velvety. And those candlestick holders are great. Candle block. Look at those.
Those are great.
Those are so good.
The next one over is Dawn. Dawn is that smoky color. It was being reproduced in 1957. It's highly collectible because it is very contemporary.
I've seen those tumblers.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them.
And you can look through them and you see that lodestar design in it.
Oh, yeah.
So take a good look at those. I'll be right back.
Sure, sure. Yeah, these candle blocks are awesome here. Yeah, this is all great. All great stuff. Wow.
Thanks. Wow. Back to zircon.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And so Provincial Cream and Sugar Limelight.
Mm-hmm. It started out being called Limelight. It became zircon.
Okay.
And it fires at times almost like a dark moon gleam.
Okay.
So depending, again, how much they were doing or what the thickness of the glass, that's how it fired.
Look at that footed candy, guys. That footed candy is one of the best lidded pieces I've seen. That is awesome. The Satellite Whimsy Cologne. Whoa. That is
very Art Deco, even into the 50s.
That is so cool. It's beefy. That thing is never tipping over. That is so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of solid glass here, as you can see up here. You get pieces like this, which is just gorgeous.
Really cool Saturn ring.
Mm-hmm. Our center case tells you a little bit about what was going on at the factory. The very first piece of glass that was being produced was at the top. That picture was the first thing that was going into production.
Look at that.
In this case, all people that were instrumental into design or whatever they were doing with Heisey at the time. So you can see that. After that, I'll probably take you up. I'll send you on your own, but I want to show you reproductions, and I can kind of send you on your way.
Sure.
But this is a great case to look at because you're getting the...
Are you able to talk about those really colorful pieces down there?
In the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at... they were mocked up in ceramic.
Wow.
So that's something they did. I've also seen a Sparky in wood.
Really?
Yeah. So I've seen him different ways. And then there's a gentleman, his grandfather worked at the factory, and he has a Sparky that was made out of aluminum. So wherever they cast that, I have no idea.
That's so
but that
neat.
is really cool when you see one of a kind pieces.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so those four pieces back there, those are ceramic. And they were standing out.
One of a kind.
Probably one of a kind.
Probably. That
So
would
cool.
be my guess on it. You
Okay.
get to see all kinds of little things that are along the way. Again, like a building block, quite unusual.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, the Waverly Lion trinket box to the back.
Ooh.
It's very nice if you're into animals.
Ooh.
You're gonna like that.
That is one of the most sleek and elegant lions I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The design on that is incredible. Oh, and look, Horace King working at the factory.
Oh, there you go.
Andrew J. Sanford.
And then you've got this. This is the Kroll family. Kroll was very instrumental in the cups, and you'll see those over in the King house. It rivals anything that you would see from Germany or France.
Wow. Oh, what is that? Are those birds or is that a cat?
Probably a bird design on that.
Okay.
What does it say?
It says storybook mug special cut with nursery characters.
Those are really nice. They did something for everyone.
There's the mermaid bowl.
Got a nice ball vase there. Some contemporary pieces over here also.
Ooh. Oh, look, there's a hammer, a ball peen hammer. And there's like a little bisque doll trapped in a glass form. Whimsy bottle with Will Rogers doll inside, made by America's Fispisk Stewart. Donated by daughter Velma Norman. That thing is unique. The Daggy made that.
Do you want to go to reproductions?
Sure.
Let me take you down that way.
All right, we're going to go to reproductions, guys.
So there's 3 buildings altogether. This is the first building. As you come down, actually, we can walk through the library so you can see it. This is the original building. And as you can tell, there's glass everywhere.
Yeah, lots of smalls.
Lots of smalls. And then, sorry about our mess, but we're putting holiday things away.
Oh, sorry.
What you've got here is a library that is full of any kind of book on any type of glass.
Wow.
So this is really nice. This has all been redone to fit the period of time. All the fixtures and all the furniture are handmade.
Wow.
My favorite cases over on this side. We've got some more Alexandrite straight over there.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Look at that, guys. It picks up a way more pink shade in here.
It does.
awesome.
There's two places I think you're really going to like.
Okay.
One I'm going to take you to now is reproduction. When you go up the staircase, at the top there's a red wall called Heisey in Hollywood. And it's spotted in movies and sitcoms and print ads, even to this day.
I love that.
So I think there was another sighting last week. So let's go down here.
I do that all the time. I see stuff in the background. I'm like, ooh, I have that, or I sold that.
Exactly. So this is reproduction.
Wow.
And this is where you get to spot, oh, there's your tiger paperweight up there in slag.
Yep. Yeah, this is incredible, guys. We've got 98 people in the room right now.
I hope they're all hanging on.
Yep, that you're sharing info with, and
Great.
they're greatly appreciative.
Good.
No, this is incredible. Look, I'll give you a quick scroll on these animals, guys. Just a little pan. Is that like an Airedale in the corner?
That's the Airedale.
Yep. And then a donkey, elephants. You've got a duck. Is that a duck, or is that some?
That's a wood duck.
Wood duck. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You've got it on the bust off. So there is the Sparky on bust off and one without.
So is the bust off the base?
It was the base before it was knocked off and then polished on the bottom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And you can find those with the real Sparkys too. They're out there.
Oh, okay.
Highly collectible. People love it.
Okay.
If you're an animal lover, this is probably my area that I really like. I always send people down here to look around.
Yeah, this is very cool. Ooh, we got some of the molds, guys.
We do.
Look at that. This is the kind of stuff I love as well, because it's just, I like making things, and this just, it kind of is like closure almost. It's like, oh, I always wondered.
What you can really get to see is how much goes into this mold.
Mm-hmm.
What actually takes place for it. This is for the Beehive Plate. I don't think I have an example of it down here. One of my favorite molds we're going to see here soon.
What's this guy for?
I'm not sure. We would have to really look at it.
Sure.
And we don't have those tagged.
Oh, that's okay. It looks like some kind of goblet, almost maybe one of those like the goblet we looked up at upstairs. It was the smoky gray that I said I had seen. It kind of looks like that shape, but oh, neat.
One of my favorites is going to be over to your left up here. We got the flying mare.
Ah, yeah.
That's just one piece of him.
Yep, it would have another half, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So 2-part mold.
All the molds come apart. They have pins in them. You can take them apart in order to pick them up. We are in possession of all of our molds. They were bought back in 58.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. Take that back. In the 70s, we went to Imperial and bought them back.
Okay.
There's one mold that I think Mosser still has the Williamsburg mold.
Okay.
The old Williamsburg glass. Great collection here you get to see for the animal lovers out there.
Yeah, look at, wow. That is such a display right there.
Yeah, there's your tiger paperweight.
Yep. And these are blue frosted, then blue. Those blues are gorgeous.
We do have a reproduction auction online only coming up in April.
Okay.
And the woman that donated them, it's a stunning collection.
You hear that, guys? What is the website?
If you go to heiseymuseum.org, you'll be able to find information as soon as they update everything on the auction. And then auction catalog, we go through high bid.
Okay.
For that. So that's always nice. This is my favorite case. We get to see Sparky and his finest. You get to see all of them from start to finish. The last one that was produced was right there, was 2020 in Jadeite.
Okay.
And you're going backwards in years. And you see the listing over to the far left of every Sparky we ever did.
Oh, neat.
Colors are stunning. And remember, most of those factories aren't producing glass anymore. So that's a sad thing.
Yeah. So these two here, what is it? Okay, so one is heather. Are these maybe both heather?
There was
yeah. So I think that's the
And
emerald
80.
green.
Yeah, that should be because that's sunshine yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go horizon light blue, your emerald green.
Okay. This is the one I have.
Okay.
Yep. So that would be 1980.
And there should be an 80 somewhere on there. We also partnered, Longenberger came to us and asked if we could get glass produced. It was through Mosser. And if you remember when the homestead opened for Longenberger down in Dresden,
Okay.
they wanted to do something different. So over the years, they did reproductions with our molds, taking the Mosser, and they did plates. They did the ponies. They did these bad boy Clydesdales over there.
Oh yeah,
Aren't they gorgeous?
I've never seen one of those. I was scrolling by them and I never.
They put one out each year.
Wow.
Those have the original tags still on them also. Easy enough to find.
Okay.
They're out there. If you're a collector of horses, you can find them.
Now that's one. I don't have that version, the satin black.
The satin black.
Yep. That's not one. I don't have that one. I don't think I have the satin cobalt. Is that cobalt? Yeah.
And that should be the cobalt. We tried to put in by colors. Sorry that I've got a light out over here. You get into the lavender ice. So you find a lot of the frost or the clear one, which is a great collectible color.
Wow. Look at those huge fish pieces.
Now you know why they got broke, because they would fall over a lot.
Yeah.
Heavy. Same way with the giraffes. Giraffes are highly collectible, but they're very, you don't want to live where things are a little bit shaky. Some people support them with a stand around them, like a doll stand, so it's around its neck and it'll keep it from falling over. So that one is Lavender Ice, Dalzell Viking, 1997. And that thing is just awesome. Yeah, you get to see the flying mares over to the right. You see your flying mares right there. One in frost and one not.
Very cool. And amethyst. Then we've got milk glass, and we've got some Heisey placards. Those are strewn about. Ooh, there's another one of those military caps. That's in willow blue.
We have those in the shop in cobalt.
Okay.
We've got etching plates on the bottom, so you get to see an example of.
Yeah.
On the bottom, you got etching plates.
Wow, I don't think I've actually seen any etching plates in front of my face before for production glass, or
those are. They're quite stunning. God, and they're very heavy.
I can imagine.
I have no idea how heavy they are.
The look on this one alone is just so like classic, and I would love to display that. I mean, a lot of people would, I'm sure, but
sure you can find them out there. I don't know if they come up on the auction very often or not.
Like, I would love to have that on my wall as just a conversation piece. Ooh, getting to some paperweights. Paperweights have been pretty popular lately. And as they have been for a long time, I know there's a lot of paperweight collectors, but for myself, I'm not as experienced. So
and that's what the Tiger, was made for. It was a paperweight.
And they're great for it because they're long.
Yeah. One of my favorite cabinets is probably this one, because you get to see these were produced by Fenton. Fenton did a series called the Gold Star series. They made 450. They were originally $450 to buy, and you got 12 animals. They were marked in a series. So if you find them, you're going to find them marked on the bottom.
Yep.
And I know that you've probably seen them before, because they came like this. They were all this shiny.
Yep. I have seen one collection available at one point. I have seen it.
My Tiger paperweight that's in that pink, Rosaline, I think they called it. And yes, he's marked on the bottom. A little bit of everything.
I know that people love this color. They're talking in chat right now. They're like, "Oh, we love that."
It is stunning. And again, there's lots of auctions out there. The good thing about our auctions, it's all verified before it goes to auction to make sure that we're not selling something that was reproduced from another company. Something we didn't touch on a lot upstairs, but we also do jewelry made from broken Heisey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Isn't that cool?
I make a little bit of jewelry, but like nothing.
There's the Seahorses.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
That jar is so cool. Look, it's got the shell on top. It's got a couple seahorse handles, And then look at these little dots.
That's Waverly, so it has a nice wave design in it.
Are the dots on the lid or are they on the base? Those 4 dots.
They're on the base.
Oh man. So there is a recess on the lid to where that like locks together then. Like, wow. That's neat.
We have one other case over here, and it's basically just to show you how things were faked around the world. And we still find this a lot.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, people are always saying, oh, this must be Heisey. It's not. We never did a chicken on a basket or a rabbit on a basket, which you see lots of. So these were done by other companies, usually overseas. And some of them look very similar to our stuff. They're just not.
A friend of mine who's in chat right now, she has a thing where it's like, she's like, it looks like it, but it isn't, you know, like one of those misidentification things.
Like we did, you know, the Oriental design, but that's not us. So
plate is probably
flattering to be faked.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's very flattering.
Yeah. Oh, and now see the Colt standing, and it says it's green plastic.
That's what they say. I've never.
Wow, so that's just like maybe somebody cast it out of resin or something.
A lot of these people think it's Heisey. You see these out on the internet. I think it's very cool. There's a small one and there's the big one.
I've never seen that.
And it's not us.
And is it an ashtray? Look at that Viking sticker on it with horses, and it's an ashtray. And I guess I could understand why it might be mistaken because of the horses.
And we made a small one. I don't know if we ever actually did a large one like that, but you can see how things got faked along the way.
Oh yeah, and then there's that
like a Greek key design.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where when you're out in the wild, it's very difficult sometimes to know what is what. All right. So what we can do is I can send you upstairs on your own, or actually if we go around the corner, you can come into the King house. I think you'll like what you see there. And you gotta look everywhere because glass is everywhere.
Yeah. Like every corner we turn around.
Absolutely.
There's little displays that are done so well. Oh man, that Puritan toothpick footed silver overlay.
It's over the top. We just had one of those in the shop about 2 weeks ago.
She says it's over the top.
Nice cordial display.
Look at that. Yellow is my favorite color, so I typically...
You're going toward that marigold.
Yeah. Yeah, these displays are awesome, guys.
This is great. This is what we're talking about. So really take a look at this.
Oh,
this is...
my God, guys. Oh, my God. My face right now. Dude. Okay, continue talking. I'm sorry.
Good. No, I want you to be...
These are... We've got 34 inches, 42 inches, 45 inches, and 55 inches. Those are monoliths. That's so cool. Wow. I've never seen this pattern either. The pattern on this is like, okay, you can see how it's squared, right? And then it's stretched and it's got this ripple that goes all the way up. And when it gets to the top, you get that, like the diamond cut again. Now, what would be the technical pattern of this? Plaid?
That is the plaid.
Plaid. Okay, so that's...
And they would just stretch those out.
Now...
It makes you wonder how many times they did that before they got it right.
Yes, I'm sure there was a lot of...
Absolutely. Trial and error on these.
Yes. Now, are these only stretched or are they swung? Like...
Supposedly they were swung. a little bit.
Okay, so the man who made these is 10 foot tall.
Absolutely.
or woman, I guess.
Box.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You have to be on like a loading dock or a few milk crates or something to be able to get that swing, or a helicopter type thing horizontally and not vertically. So
it's just stunning. They sit here and they never, every once in a while a truck goes by and you hear it just a little bit. It's just scary.
So we focused on the super tall ones first, guys, but there are more styles and designs and patterns over here. I mean, the sheer girth of this one here, I can only imagine how much that weighs. So, and then there's this one that is the plaid pattern, but it is like, you would imagine this is how it starts out, super short in the mold, and then they, pop it out to be one of these long stretchy boys. I don't know if that's exactly correct, but
I wish I knew how many they produced. I know they're out there because we do find them on auction.
I've never seen that pattern in all my days, and now it's something I'm definitely I'm going to be on the lookout for.
Both cabinets are full of really old design here, so you get to see the Putney and Diamond point, which is very old, highly desired, especially if you like the cracker jars or something like that.
Yeah, that is a nice pattern. It's very intricate, but like not busy.
It is. It's my favorite room, one of my favorite rooms. You really get to see the color concentration. Again, we were in the timeline gallery. Now you're coming into the King House, which shows you more of the pattern of what they did in Cobalt.
And yeah, like you said, the higher concentration of color. I mean, this stuff is just rich. Amazing. Beautiful decanter.
Mm-hmm. And these are things people used.
Mm-hmm.
So this wasn't, people didn't have, a lot of people did have money to collect things and just let it sit on the shelf. But most of the time people were using these.
And that's something I love too, is when I find a piece that I really like for my home, I do think about functionality because it was made this well. It stood the test of time. Why shouldn't I be using it for its purpose?
It somewhere else even.
Right.
I repurpose a lot of the stuff that I buy. Got a beautiful collection of Sahara coming over here.
Oh, that's a spittoon.
There you go.
Whoa.
This is house number 2. This was opened. It was actually moved here. You can YouTube this for all of you out there YouTubing. We purchased it for $5. It was downtown. There's a hotel, the DoubleTree. It was down there, and it was brought up here and set into place for $5. They spent $50,000 on renovating it. 1 year later, it opened.
Wow.
So you've got original fireplaces.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Look at that. That is the most incredible fireplace.
Oh, there's more in every room. The only place you can't go is upstairs because that's off limit.
Okay.
But one of the things I love about this room is you do get to see things like amber and tangerine.
Oh, yeah. That amber is gorgeous. And you can tell that it is a different amber than some of the other companies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there's another one of those.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Steel
and
nice.
See how it fired completely different.
Yes.
And as you look up, you see punch bowls. And these are the punch bowls in our collection. So you see different styles of what they did and different things. You gotta love the one in opal. And then next to it, you see the one that's done in moongleam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is a great room. If we weren't Ohio in January when the sun comes through,
Mm-hmm.
It's a stunning room to be in. The great collection of marigold down there is beautiful. You see where it's just in perfect condition. You might find, I was going to find a piece that might be a little bit crazed so you can see it.
Oh, okay.
I would say probably, I would say back there you see a little bit of the crazing on that.
I do.
And there you go down at the bottom. There's one that's really bad.
Ah, here.
The candlestick, yeah.
Yep,
So
I can see.
That's why it was hard.
And it does look like it's mostly surface issue.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And another good place because everywhere you go, this is one of my favorites, the mailbox. Lots of people that lived close to the factory had a glass mailbox. You can see where you would turn it and go to the back and open it up to get your mail out. A lot of these didn't survive. Kids came along through rocks, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Great tumbler display, shot glass display. So you can see there's a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I can imagine kids throwing rocks. I'm going to get old lady Williamson. She was yelling at me. I'm going to break her mailbox.
Exactly.
I know how I can really stick it to her. Dang punks.
Little do they know, years later, that is worth money.
Yeah, yeah. Those colors are really cool. So the Newton Soda Hawthorne and the checkered optic, that one is great. This Glenford Footed Soda Flamingo is awesome. And then this Oakwood Soda and Hawthorne. Those are...
And these are all out there. I mean, it's not like you can't find them. It's kind of the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
There's something you're looking for. I know people that collect nothing but shot glasses. And even though they have one, they need, 5 of them or whatever in just one pattern. But they're out there and this is just a small sampling.
Sure.
You're going to find more throughout. So I'll take you over here to the front and show you. It's the King House again. This is the grand entranceway, which I think is just beautiful.
So if you were to enter through the door, you'd have this on the left. And then you would have this spiral staircase that goes up forever, it seems.
And to your left, you get to see pictures of this is what the house looked like. It's in pretty bad shape. And you get to see a little bit of the YouTube, little still photos of it being brought up here and set into place.
Wow. Wow. I love the fact that all the history is documented and it's displayed.
Absolutely. We have beautiful archives, and they're constantly working on our archives to make sure.
Now, this is a tulip vase in Sahara. That tulip.
It's a nice display of vases here.
Yeah, these tulip vases. I've seen a couple of them so far, and I love that design. I've never seen it before.
Come on, you gotta look at the one in the middle. It's just quite stunning.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's so nice. And then the goblets that are behind with that same stem, they're great. Would these be considered vases?
Those are vases.
Okay, yeah.
All vases.
I guess it's a little bit large for a goblet.
Really thin one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at that.
And that's got like a feather pattern wash.
That's a cut. So somebody actually did a wheel carving on that. Wheel cut.
Ah. Wabash bud vase with unattributed cutting. Ooh, what's that little bamboo vase? That's interesting. Very simplistic, but like symmetrical and well done. Very cool.
Another one of my favorite rooms. You come in here, great concentration of color here too. If you go to the top, there's a color called rose. Not talked about a whole lot. 2 nice pieces there. And then you've got your Vaseline. And you come on over here and you've got more zircon and more dawn.
Dawn, yes.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous color.
Wow. Yeah, the star pattern through the top is just something that's one of those touches that
it identifies it. But again, always be aware people are out there producing or were producing at that time.
And there's some of the dolphin candlesticks. But this Saturn light candle block, I love that. I love the horizontal optics, I guess, is what I'm starting to get drawn to more.
They really added things to the glass. This is a great example of what Heisey and Hollywood is to me, that if you look up, and I know you guys are all online, look up the Laurel and Hardy movie, Blockheads.
Okay.
And the Great Key Punch Bowl is to be protected, and the kitchen blows up. And look what survived.
There it is.
There it is.
Awesome.
Another favorite. There you got your beautiful Alexandrite.
Very nice.
Probably one of my favorite colors just because it is so different.
That decanter is crazy.
They're over the top. Down below, you see some of the ruby flashing. Again, you get to see people would take a lot of their glasses and maybe have their name put on it, and that would be done somewhere else. And again, you see like there's a carnival, it says back there on the little picture, that was done by outside.
Okay.
So a lot of our decorating, if you see silver or gold on it, was not done by us.
Okay.
That was an outside company. We also did lights, so you get a good example of a light.
I like that dome.
See? And then you've got one over here. This is another great pattern. So you get to see some really old stuff here.
And is that custard as well over there?
Yeah, it is. Take a look at that.
Oh, I know.
And that's an emerald.
That's that plaid pattern we were looking at in the other room. And that is just so good. And we got a little winged scroll vase back there that I've never seen before. Whoop.
So you're fine. We're in the middle of taking decorations down, so you might be helping me.
Okay. That is a really neat, short, stubby vase that I love the form of. And we got another one here, the scroll, the winged scroll, and a taller variant.
This room is one of my favorites because you really get to look at it and you see the archway.
Yeah.
So it was a great home.
Huge archway here.
All original woodwork. Everything was original. We do set our table about 4 or 5 times a year to reflect something that we want to talk about. And right now we've got crystallite. So it's a great pattern that sustained us for quite a long time. And so we deck out everything so you can look at it. And then for everyone else, you wanted to shoot these. These are great. So here's your stemware. So you really get to take a look at the true elegance of what we did.
Yeah. I mean, this is just refined. I mean, it's just so,
Oh, you could put that up against German stemware anytime. And I'll tell you why. About 2 months ago, we had 33 German tourists come in.
Yeah.
Only one spoke English.
Okay.
So I had to be docent for that. And when they came into the room we're about to walk into, they all collectively went, and they were gasping.
Ooh.
Because this rivals everything that Europe can do with glass. Austrian, German, whatever. This is Emil Kroll. He was a master cutter of our glass. Came up with a lot of our designs that you can see all over the place.
Yep.
And they were very impressed with this. This is a great case I love because you get the little one and the big one. So you get to see the balance of how that looks.
It's fantastic.
You might want to catch this view over here because I still love, if anybody's in architecture.
Oh, yeah.
Doors,
oh, my God.
That's great.
Well, it's for the giants who were swinging those vases. They have to get through somehow.
Absolutely. They do it somehow. This was a little over the top. There was a man that was running for president, this Mr. Landon, Alf Landon. And he was running for president, and he wanted something that he could take on tour and display his picture in. So this case was made for him. It was found in a garage. It was had a little bit of damage on it, not much. And somebody called and said, I think I have something you might want. And it is the most over-the-top thing you've ever seen. The cabinet itself, the inside is stunning to look at up close.
This is nuts.
It is. Absolutely.
This was found in a garage, guys.
In a garage.
That's so cool. Famous glass tableware.
There you go.
That is cool.
So what you see over here again is a great example of Emil Kroll and what he did. He loved to do things like bird of paradise or any kind of a cut on there. And so sometimes you'll find some of our glass that is cut, and it might not be a Heisey cut on it.
Okay.
But these definitely are. And they're over the top. They sparkle beyond belief. Oh, here, since we share our love of tigers, there you go.
Yes.
Check that one out.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
And what is, I guess, that gets lost is that a man did this. Like, this is all hand done. It's not like a machine just cranked out a bunch of
Right.
designs on the
And they
glass.
were taught to do it. There were people that actually, immigrants that came here in Newark, Ohio, that could do this. And after the factory closed, because it closed at Christmas, they didn't know they weren't coming back. They couldn't compete with all the glass that was coming in. So they closed the factory. The people that had their wheel cuttings in their garage, things that they could do, were still cutting glass. So if my husband could cut glass and you said, hey, I've got something I'd like to have with my wife's initials in it, you could come to my garage, pay me a couple dollars, and my husband would do it. So there are people still that the workers were very passionate about what they were doing.
Wow.
They were cutting things. There's a gentleman in town that has a collection of things that his grandfather cut. And he did a ketchup bottle. He did a vinegar jar. He made an aquarium out of a vinegar jar. And I'm talking something really big. He cut it in half and put a fish design on the outside. His wife's initials were on everything that they had in their house.
That's so cool.
He did elaborate cuttings on things. And that's how she wanted it. And they one time came and shared their private collection with us. And it was quite stunning because the history's there and the family does appreciate it. Again, you see the fish influence over here. You got a great design there.
Oh, yeah.
They did something called a New Era with a Venus cutting. I mean, check that out.
Whoa.
That is very different.
Look at this design. Let me see if I can capture this. It's got those crossing lines, intersecting lines, parallel, horizontal, and it's got circle patterns as well with some, looks like little like lemon-shaped pieces and some starbursts.
Very deco.
Very, very classy. That's awesome.
Another case with cuttings over here, which is fantastic. Then put some of the large stems. Again, you get to see this one. And people know their cuttings. I have no idea. I know maybe a handful, but isn't that one gorgeous?
Yeah, those are great. Someone was asking, did Max Erlacher ever work on Heisey pieces?
No idea, because the list of people that work for Heisey is incomplete.
Gotcha.
We have a lot of people listed on our book, and we're lucky sometimes somebody comes along and they can prove that they had a relative that, and we're very welcome to that.
Sure.
We really want to know. People say, how many people worked in the factory at one time? We have no idea. None. This gallery is gallery 3. This sometimes times of the year this gallery flips.
Okay.
And right now what we did for the first time, we asked people to come in and bring some of their own collection. So they wanted to share some of their favorite pieces. This was some of the favorite pieces they wanted to share with us.
Okay.
This couple here, he loves syrup, she loves animals. And you see the influence.
Wow, look at all those syrups.
Those are stunning.
Oh, and there's another kingfisher. Love that.
That's a reproduction.
And was the other one that we saw, was it on that same
base?
base?
Out there, it was a real one.
Okay.
Normally this case in the fall, it flips over and it has our auction things. There you go. You get to see, you'll see those on the web. I think they're called a charlatan. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure, but the out of this world design on it.
Yeah.
That's what people do.
Huh.
They do that with the Sparkys. They've done it with those. There's one Sparkys. What they do, they just start painting different parts of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Is that a rabbit head?
It is a doe head, yes.
Oh, a doe head. Oh.
It was reproduced a couple of times, and it's usually in crystal, is the real deal.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is cool. It makes a great paperweight.
The nose on it is so cute. Yeah, look at these guys. So these are all the reproductions down here in different colors.
You're telling me they're all hanging with us right now.
There's still 98 people in here.
Wow.
There's still 98 people in here. They're great. These people are awesome. They're glass lovers. I started out on other platforms, collecting glass, showing my collection, and also then once you get so much, you start selling it. Mm-hmm. So I've been at it a few years, and I try to surround myself with people of like mind. And yeah, we've got a bunch of people just hanging out, watching us talk about glass.
Good. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Beautiful stems. The stems that you find on the fourth shelf here are called an African stem. Quite unusual.
I like those.
Person I know, her and her husband both look for those everywhere they go.
Okay.
Because they're quite unusual.
Yeah, I like the concentric ring kind of feel it has. And then this one has silver overlay.
Mm-hmm. Butter dishes are highly collectible. I collect smoking items, and I've never smoked. I love a good cigarette holder, cigar holder, ashtray, whatever, because their ashtrays were completely different than anyone else.
Yeah, look at these little guys up here. Yeah, I do. I love a good. I did smoke for about 20 years and quit a few years back, but I do love a good ashtray. It's
I mean, check this out. There's a nice ashtray there.
Yes.
Great design to it.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
And there's again with some of the horizontal optics there on that dish.
The sound.
Yeah, I love that.
Over here we've got a big collection of Verve. This person, I mean, she's got some unusual things here. What's great is the seasons base. So that's summer, winter. So the design on it is because you can catch it in the mirror there, the reflection of winter.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then over on the other side, you've got the other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are really neat.
And the big plates on top are the bowls. They consider those a bowl. Those are hers also.
There is a gift shop, guys, and I will be making a stop there.
Absolutely.
This gems vase.
Isn't it great?
I spotted it from in there, and it's just been. Are those raspberries, or are they just?
They remind me of a golf ball.
Okay.
That's yeah.
They do kind of look like a golf ball, or like maybe even
if you
peony.
Research Verve, you're going to find it is a French company. Very fortunate that we were able to partner with them.
Oh, that's really neat. There's the book, guys, the Berlise.
Those are out there online. You'll be able to find them.
Oh my God, look at this bowl down here. It's got the crazy moths, the lunar moths. Oh my God, is that a bonbon cover?
There you go.
Wow. Look at those moths, guys. And what year is that? 35 to 49. This was in 35 to 49. This design, I would display proudly today, almost 100 years later. Like, that is timeless. That piece is so awesome.
Absolutely. And that's what we want people to know about our glass. This is great. We have the Heisey desk. Some of the homes you see displayed here on the desk are actually not far from here, just a couple streets over.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those homes exist. We know people that are remodeling. I think the one on the left is being remodeled in the inside. Quite stunning. So they all lived fairly close to the area.
That's awesome.
In Granville at this point.
There's some more etchings.
There you go, more plates. The only place you can't go today is downstairs because they're doing an auction cataloging, so I'll just let you know that.
Sure.
And then I'll probably send you upstairs. Kind of feels like you're going to get lost when you're in here, but you're not. Upstairs, you're going to find great canes, barware, perfumes, everything. You'll see pictures along the side. Check out the red wall. I want to know what they think about Heisey and Hollywood.
Let's flip
When you
this
come
here.
back down, we'll go into the gift shop and give them a tour there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Wow. Look, right at the top. That wasn't intentional. Look at that. That's my girl. What's up, girl? Dang. So fly. Look at this. Oh, dude. And they got like hip music playing in here. Dude, this place is cool, man. This place is cool. And that's the thing, guys. I didn't even know this place was here. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you dizzy. Yeah, I didn't know this place was even in Ohio. Wow, that piece is awesome. All right, we're just going to do a quick scan through here. My battery is suffering right now. This is Newark, Ohio. Newark, Ohio. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys here because I'd never been here. It's on my way to the destination I'm trying to get to. And yo, I mean, I hope you guys are stoked as I am. Like, there's those dolphin feet again. So rad. And I also I have seen you guys tip me. That's unnecessary, but thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody being here and hanging out and you know, supporting this is wow. Is the glass heavy or thin? It's both, Smooth Glass. They do all kinds of different techniques. I mean, look at that piece. That piece is definitely heavy. These pieces are definitely chunky, heavy glass, but then you get into the stemware that is super fine. 72 frogs. Yeah, so I mean, it's I think you know, and these guys were back around in like the 30s and 40s and, you know, like even before. So I think, you know, a lot of more modern companies, L.E. Smith, Viking, Fenton, things of that nature. Like, I mean, they're not only adopting techniques from Heisey or things of that nature. I mean, they're collaborating. And
did you go through the gallery?
I did. I did a quick walkthrough. My battery is suffering.
Okay.
So
you want to go to the shop?
Yeah, let's go to the shop.
Let's do it.
I forgot to bring, the only thing I've forgotten so far is my battery pack that I can hook into and have it mobile. So, okay. Yeah.
So what you need to know about the shop is we do offer real Heisey for sale. The wall, most of the wall, center case, everything you're looking at is a lot of real Heisey here, anywhere from $5 to $50. You can call and order it. You see something today, give us a call. We do our own shipping.
Ah, you hear that, guys? If you see something you like, you can always call them and they will ship to you. So I'm going to pick some stuff up from the gift shop as well today. But if you see something you like, you can go to their website. You can contact them. They will ship directly to you. They offer real Heisey glass in crystal.
And we do have some color.
We have the orchid pattern. We have the rose pattern that she said was very popular for bridal sets.
We have flamingo. We've got some Sahara. We've got some moon gleam. So if you're into color, we can ship you some color. $40 for a membership per year. You get a newsletter every month. Get you 10% off your purchase, 10% off of most books. We also have reproductions on the wall.
And I also became a member, so you guys should too. So then here, I'll be bringing some of this, guys. I'll be buying some of these reproductions. They did, with your membership, they also give you a piece of glass. If you're here in person. If you're here in person, they'll
Otherwise, I can't ship you.
Right. But I did end up picking out a really cool divided dish as a commemoration of this moment. So I'm super stoked to have that. And then, yeah, we're going to pick up some stuff over here. I don't see any cats available.
No.
Okay, no cats at the moment.
You know, and a lot of these we have, but a lot of them we get in because of donation. So people donate in things to us, and that's how we end up with them.
Okay.
In the case, we have real Heisey jewelry made from broken Heisey, made in Lancaster, Ohio, from a glass artist there. Beads, hearts, and leaves, anywhere from $30 to $75.
Okay.
We do a calendar every year. You know, we're constantly doing something new, especially for our members. We do Christmas ornaments. They're made from a local glass artist, but they have a touch of Heisey with them. So we did this one in 2019. It has the Fox Chase etch on it. You get all three for $50. This year we did this little petite ornament based on the Waverly Salt and Pepper Shaker.
Oh, cool.
And other years we've done something different. Like we did a cobalt top. We've done, there's your Saturn ring that you like. So you've got the moon gleam top on it.
I do love those.
We do a pumpkin every year. So we did pumpkins. The top, the loops that you see have moon gleam frit in them.
Neat.
They're $49. The little ones are $40.
The pattern on these pumpkins is awesome,
you know
too.
What it is. It's the plantation marmalade that you like so well. So you're drawn to it. We only produce a limited amount of those. They're marked on the bottom of the year. They're assigned a number. So
look how great these are.
225, and that's what we do is we put a number and we ship those all the time.
Look how great those are. Those are masterful.
Books of any kind that you're looking for. If you're looking to do a good research book, we've got all the books, the formula books, so you can learn about the glass. We carry books from other companies, Westmoreland. It all depends what you're looking for.
Look at that. All kinds of stuff, guys.
If you need us, call us, email us, whatever you need to do. Let us know what you need.
Awesome. So you guys got the deets. You guys know everything that I know. And if you want some glass, you know where to get it. This is some of the most well-made, finely made glass that I've ever encountered. And with the knowledge that was imparted, I mean, how could you not fall in love? The history, just the craftsmanship. This is awesome. This is really cool. I'm so glad I stopped here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to raid into somebody, and I want to show you this door real quick too. I didn't really focus on it too much, but look at this door. Look at this entryway. It's so good. So we're going to raid into somebody. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to go into Two Glassy Sisters. They're on. Oh, they just raided us. Two Glassy Sisters. Susan, I was just about to raid you. I was just about to raid into you. That's so funny. All right. Creating raid. Let's go to Subito. She's been in my lives quite a bit, and I don't think I've raided her. So let's do that. Thanks again, guys. You guys have a great day. I've got another journey coming up as long as my phone is charged. So take it easy.